Hi, my name is Billy Flowers, and welcome to my channel where I talk about velocity banking and how we can use this strategy to massively pay off debt. So, before we get started, I just want to thank everyone for your support, for your leaving your comments. This is truly a dream of mine, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And I just hope that even if I just help one of you out there to tackle your credit card debt, even your mortgage, student loans, car loans, anything. If I can help at least just one of you out there, then it'll be worth it to me. This has truly been a blessing for me, and it's been a dream of mine for so long, and I'm just so happy that I can finally share this out to all of you and hopefully help you in your lives with your financial goals. So let's get started. Like always, we're going to start with our four key numbers. We have our income at 6650. We have our expenses at 6250. We have our debt, which is $30,000, and our cash flow is currently at $400. Now, you're going to be looking here and you're going to be like, "Whoa, that's 5 credit cards." Yeah, that's a lot, but don't think that this is out of the ordinary, because I know some of y'all watching right now. You got 5 of these bad boys just like this, maybe even worse. You got 5 credit cards, so don't act like this is something special. There's a lot of people out there with multiple credit cards, and they have no idea of how to pay it off. So with velocity banking, I'm going to show you how we're gonna tackle this debt. So we have credit card number one at $12,500 with a $500 monthly payment. Credit card number two is at $10,000 with a $400 monthly payment. We have number three, $3,000 with a $120 monthly payment. Number four, $2,500 for a $100 monthly payment. And we have credit card number five at $2,000 with an $80 month payment. Now, all these cards, to make it simple, is 25% interest rate. And as you can see here, we have a lot of these cards that are eating up our cash flow. We got the 500, the 400, the 120, the 180 $80. That's a lot of money that's eating up your cash flow. So we need to get this higher. And we also have rent at $1,700 a month. We have a car payment at $500 a month. Our car insurance is at $175 a month, and the rest of the bills that we can pay with a credit card is $2,675. So let's get started on month one. Month one, we have our first credit card, right? And we're going to put in an income of $35.75. Now you may be wondering, where did I get this $35.75 from? Well, we have to separate our bills, what we're going to keep in cash and what we're going to put on the credit card. Now, at first, what we had to keep in cash is $3,575, and what we could have put on the credit card is $3,075. But as you always know, we've been doing these credit card scenarios. For those of you that's been watching, you should know the routine by now. And for the newcomers, anytime that you start dumping all of your income, what you can, into these credit cards, that monthly payment, what's going to happen to that monthly payment? If it's only $500 a month and I'm dumping $3,575 a month, what's going to happen to that monthly payment? It's going to go away, of course, right? So this one right here is going to go away. 500 is going away. What that's going to do is we're going to get that most important number up to $900. So what's going to happen? We're going to get that cash flow, right? So we're going to have $900 of cash flow to work with now, month one. As soon as we start dumping our income, all of our income in, our cash flow is going up. We no longer have that monthly payment. It turns into cash flow to work in our favor. So instead of this being a bill for $500 a month. Now it's going to work for us. And the only thing that we're going to have to worry about now is paying interest on the credit card. So let's see how it's done. So like I said, before we get started, remember the cash payment? Now, since this credit card, we're no longer paying this credit card as a bill, the the money that we have to keep in cash is going down $500. So it's going to go down to $3,075, which is basically these payments right here, and the rest of the credit cards is going to equal $3,075. And now what we can put on the actual credit card is $3,575, which is what our income is going to be going into the card. And once we do that on month one, it's going to lower the balance down to $8,925. And then our expenses that we're running on the card of $2,675 is going to come out of the line, raising the balance up to $11,600. Now, if you notice the difference between 35.75 and 26.75, what does that equal? I know, right? Math is great, isn't it? And we're going to get charged $260.42 in interest. I took that off of the high balance like I always do, just to leave room for any kind of error or any expenses that happen to come up during the month. We're going to have some more a little bit of wiggle room to work with. It's going to raise the balance up to $11,860.42 at the end of month one. Month two, we're going to have our income going in, our expenses coming out. $10,960.42 is the balance. $247.09 is the interest. Again, it's off of the beginning balance of what we left off with after month one. This is our beginning balance, so it's going to be the highest point of the month. I took the interest off of that, and it's going to raise the balance up to $11,207.51 at the end of month two. Month three, income in, expenses out, balance $10,307.51. $233.49 is the interest, raising it up to $10,541 at the end of month three. Month four, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out, lowering the balance down to $9,641. Interest we're going to get charged is $219.60. Balance going up to $9,860.60 at the end of month four. Month five, income in, expenses out, $8,960.60 is the balance. $205.43 is the interest. Balance $9,166.03 at the end of month five. Month six, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out. Now we're under $200 in interest, $190.96. $8,456.99 is the balance at the end of month six. Month seven, income in, expenses out. $176.19 is the interest. $7,733.18 is the balance at the end of month seven. Month eight, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out. $6,833.18 is the balance. $161.11 is the interest, raising the balance up to $6,994.29 at the end of month eight. Month nine, same deal. This is a repeating process. You're going to repeat the same process over and over again every month. So this should be like a routine for you. So every time you get paid, you know what to keep in cash and what you need to put towards the card. It's the same thing, repeating process every month. We have our income going in, our expenses going out. $6,094.29 is the balance. $145.71 is the interest. $6,240 even is the balance at the end of month 9. Month 10, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out. $5,340 is the balance. $130 is the interest, raising the balance up to $5,470 at the end of month 10. Month 11, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out. $4,570 is the balance. $113.96 is the interest. Balance is going to be $4,683.96 at the end of month 11. Month 12, we have our income going in, expenses coming out. Now we're under $100 getting charged in interest. And remember, this is on the high end. We're going to be probably going to be well under this $100 by now, but like I said, leave room for error. $97.58 is the interest. $3,881.54 is the balance at the end of month 12. Month 13, we have our income going in, expenses coming out. $2,981.51 is the balance. $80.87 is the interest. Balance $3,062.41 at the end of month 14. Now, since our balance, you know the drill, since our balance is under what we've been putting in, I always like to flip the numbers to make everything easier to read so you can actually see the line go down to zero. I explain this all the time, but for our new people, I do this because it's easier to see, and you're not having a difference, or you're putting the line down to zero, or you're dealing with any negative numbers. It's just a lot more math. So this way, it's a lot easier. It doesn't matter if I flip the numbers and on the board and have the expenses come out first, and then we put our income in. It's all math. It still works out the same. So you're still going to do the same thing as you've been doing every single month. Now you're just going to, as soon as you get a bill, you're just gonna dump all your income that you can into the line and save what you have in cash. It's the same deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our expenses out first, just on the board. It's going to raise the balance up to $5,737.41. Now our income is going in of $3,575. Lowering the balance down to $2,162.41. $63.80 is the interest, raising the balance up to $2,226.21 at the end of month 14. Then in month 15, we're going to have our expenses come out first, raising the balance up to $4,901.21. Then our income is going in, lowering the balance all the way down to $1,326.21. Interest, $46.38. Balance, $1,372.59 at the end of month 15. Then we have month 16. We have our expenses coming out first, then our income going in, lowering the balance all the way down to $472.59. Interest, $28.60. Balance is going to be $519.16. So you already, when you see a balance like this, you know what's coming. We're going to add our expenses, $2,675, raising the balance up to $3,199.50. $175.19. And you already know that's less than what we've been putting in this whole time. So we're just going to put that exact amount in as the bills are getting paid soon as they're due. Bam. Soon as they're due. Bam. They're getting paid. We're gonna zero this line out. End of month 17, we're done. Zero this line out. Well, zero this credit card out, right? Now this credit card of $12,500 is free and clear. You got a zero balance on this bad boy. And you got $398.81 left on the low end. Remember how I've been calculating this interest on the high end, and not to mention the credit card rewards that we would have been making. So I'm just gonna break out the calculator right quick. I might write this on the board. So let's just say that we're getting 1% on this 2675, right? So all you're gonna do is just type in what's 1%. 2675, plus 1%. That's all. That's all you need to do in your calculator. And that looks like it's around, let's see here, around $26 a month. $26 a month. That's going to come off either your balance, or you can take it off the interest cost every single month. Isn't that amazing? And what that's going to do is it's just going to offset the interest that you're actually paying. So on top of the me taking the interest off of the highest balance each month, you better use them credit card rewards, right? To offset this interest even more. So you're not paying this 25% interest rate. No, we're not playing that game. So this is how you pay off credit card number one of $12,500 in 17 months. Not bad, starting off with $400 of cash flow. Now, when we tackle these other four credit cards, we're going to be starting off with $900. But you're going to have to stay tuned for the next video to see how this is actually done. We're going to finish the rest of these credit cards off and see how much longer it's going to take. I just want to thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. And like I always say, get that cash flow.